some things just feel like life and death right now. And like, yeah, I'm not gonna like everything, but like I also know the alternative might be a lot more harmful than like me settling right now. And I don't even want to use the word settling, but I feel like that's where some people feel like they are. And so like, how are you justifying that to yourself and to your followers?
I think you just said something so powerful right there, Ashley, about life and death. And to me, the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about this question is voting as a tactic for survival, voting as not necessarily a wholesale endorsement of everything that Canada has said or done, because like you, I have many grievances with the party writ large. I have many grievances with the candidates we have right in front of us, all up and down the ballot, right? But I recognize that voting is a tactic. Even if I were to opt out, which is something I would never do, but if I were to opt out, that doesn't mean that people who are bigoted are not going to opt out too. They're still going to the polls, they're still voting. Do you want to relinquish your power to people who don't love you, who don't care about you, who are not making decisions with your interests, your life, your livelihood, and heart? I would never relinquish my power in that way, particularly as someone who belongs to two communities with incredibly powerful legacies of fighting for these particular rights, right? Why would I relinquish that right when I grew up hearing stories of my grandparents marching in the streets so that they could go to the ballot box? Why would I ever relinquish my power in that way? And so I think first and foremost, it's about survival. Secondly, it's about honoring my ancestors, my elders who have fought fervently for me to have this right in the first place. And then I think fundamentally too, it's about recognizing that politicians should not be deified, right? Politicians aren't celebrities, they're public servants. And the goal is not to get them into public office and then let them run buck wild. The goal is to get them into office and continue to dissent and organize under them, continue to push them in the ways and the directions and towards the policies that we want them to endorse and actualize. The work just begins when people get in office, which I know is a bit of a cliche thing to say, but I think it is deeply true.
Right.
And I'll just say lastly, it depends on what you think capital G government or these institutions are doing for us. I'm not someone who is a student of the Black radical tradition who believes that capital G government is going to get us free. I think we can reform and change things to make them better and less harmful, harm mitigation, that's part of the work. But I don't think these institutions are going to get us free. I think community gets us free. I think grassroots organizing gets us free. I think you and me get us free. And so when I opt into those systems, when I operate within capital G government, it's with that very clear recognition that the goal is harm mitigation, not freedom, and that I have to seek that for myself in other places and with other people.